Okay, in this video, what we're going to talk about is mindset and nutrition. Now, what we find is typically we have people who are going 100% their nutrition, or they're doing absolutely nothing and they're eating terribly. Now, in both those scenarios, you feel crap because obviously, if you're eating terribly, you're putting junk in, you're going to get junk out. If you're eating really clean and like amazingly, and you're like smashing it, then you're missing out, probably feeling like you're missing out on going out with meals, with friends. Like if you go to a party, you got to be like, I can come, or got to eat my own thing, or you're just like being that awkward person who can't eat the things. So, which is a lot of time like me, but there's a bit of an equilibrium to be found within there. Now, personally, I can only maintain 100% with my nutrition, building up to some kind of event that I'm going to be competing in, and I've got an incentive because I want to be dropping my weight down to be light enough for that event. So when I've been training for triathlons, I'll be getting a bit more intense with my nutrition towards the date, but I'll probably only give myself 2 weeks of doing that. I won't be like on it 100% all the time. Likewise, I'm not just eating crap, and typically what we see is people go, all right, I'm on it, nutrition, 1 week, 10 days maybe down the line, they give up, they're back to 0%, and they're back in a worse state, and we see that yo-yoing from back to forth. So if we say like, okay, we're going to do 50% good, 50% bad, we're going to get 50% of the results. That's still way better than being at 0%, right? But what I think is more achievable for most people is somewhere between the 70, like 80-20 principle is something you'll see a lot pop up. It's a little principle, little thing that occurs in lots of scenarios, and we can talk about it in nutrition as well. So if we go for 80% good, it gives us a little bit of 20%, allows us to go out for meals occasionally, allows us to have a beer, a glass of wine at the weekends, do that kind of the social stuff that, and not feel guilty about it, because this is going to be our baseline. You might want to make it more like 70%. It depends where you're coming from and what works for you. Okay? So one of the things I like to say, if you are going out and doing stuff, is just to make better choices. So rather than having a burger and chips, you can have a steak and potatoes, and you're going to get way more out of the whole foods than you are. You're still going out, you're still enjoying yourself, you still have a glass of wine because you still got your 20% in the bank. But don't just go back to crap just because you're going out. Like if you want a burger and you want to do that, then it's fine. It's fine as long as what you're doing most of the time is what makes a difference. So that's that 80%, that most of the time. Okay. So choose your baseline, about 80%. Don't feel too bad. And as soon as you go out and you have a big, if you end up going to a wedding or a big party and you have a really terrible time, don't sit there. Okay, get back to your 70-80% mark as soon as you can. All right. So it just changes your mindset from being like 100% on to 100% off with nutrition. Just get there and sort of stay in that happy zone. All right. Thanks a lot. If you've got any questions, feel free, comment in the Facebook group or post them and send me a message and I'll get back to you.